Welcome back to another episode of the Arc Switch Survival Guide. Today we are going to rescue a female Doedicurus who is being attacked by a Christmas-colored tyrannosaur, but after defending her, he no longer gives a flip and he's just running off towards that alpha raptor, which will hopefully take care of him for us. Now, this female Doedicurus is a pretty good level, but this is a very dangerous place to tame one, so we're going to see if we can deal with all the raptors and rexes that are right around here and try to tame this level 34 female Doedicurus. Now, it's a pretty dangerous spot, but we will show you the normal way to tame a Doedicurus because, let's face it, we're kind of bored. On the last episode, I tamed this really cool Argent Avis. We got it trapped and knocked it out, but now he's pretty boring. He's just passed out this whole time, and we've got to wait quite a long time for him to tame up on this mountain in the middle of the redwoods. So, to kill some time, we'll see if we can get a new Doedicurus. Now, I've kept an eye out for a female for a while because I have this really good level 34 male Doedicurus, and he has crazy high melee damage, but he has very low weight because he's a really low level. So I've been using him with my Argent Avis to collect a lot of stone, but he can only smash a couple boulders before he's overweight and I have to run back to my base. So ideally, I would love to start breeding him with a higher level female, and we should be able to tame this one up to like level 50. Now, I showed you how to tame that guy using a really cheap trick, which is super easy. I lured him up into my taming raft that I showed you how to make a long time ago, and from there it was really easy to just shoot him down, knock him out, and haul him away while he was unconscious. And I'll put a link in the description for how I did that, so you can watch the whole video on that. But if you watch the rest of this video, I'll show you the normal way to tame a Doedicurus in Arc, which should be very helpful, so be sure to watch this whole episode. Alright, so we have just been taming up this male Argent Avis. It's like 138 level, is really powerful, and it's taking quite a long time to tame this guy. So check the link in the description for that whole episode if you missed it. It should be very helpful for anyone who wants an Argent Avis. But because I don't like just sitting around, I am checking out this whole area, seeing if I can find anything else to tame, because I love doing double tames, and I get bored otherwise. Now, there is a beehive over there, but bees are one of the most dangerous things to tame, as I taught you earlier, and okay, we've got a really big T-Rex, and he's got a couple Doedicurus next to him, so there's a chance those Doedicurus are still alive, so I'm going to attack him, and he is just running off to attack the other Doedicurus. Okay, so there's like 3 Doedicurus right here, right next to each other, and looks like he is done with that one too. So let's see, she actually may still be alive. That's great. Now, when a Doedicurus takes a lot of damage, it curls up into a ball and it gets really, really high armor. They have crazy high armor when they're rolled up like that. Oh gosh, okay, we got a bunch of ticked off raptors, and I'm going to try to get them to chase me away from this Doedicurus because they're going to come down and just finish her off if they come over here, and hopefully I can get the whole pack to chase me. If I can separate the pack from that female Doedicurus, I may have a chance to actually tame her. Now, I've been keeping an eye out for a high-level female for quite some time because I've got a reasonably low-level male Doedicurus, and I really want to start breeding him with a higher level female so we can get some high level baby Doedicurus. I always feel better when I've got a mated pair of dinosaurs because it's basically like making a backup copy of your dinos. Once you breed them, you can take the baby out into the field and keep the parents at home where it's safe. And then if the baby dies, you can just breed the parents again, and you actually never have to really lose your Doedicurus. So I can see one of those Doedicurus is out there walking around again, and I'm going to pull out my tranq arrows and see if the female pops out of her shell. It looks like she is. Okay, great. So after a while, they recover enough health that they start walking around again, and she is just right back to normal. That's great. So if I can can tick her off, I should be able to lure her up the slope of this mountain where it's not so dangerous. Now, the great thing about Doedicurus is they are really slow, and she doesn't seem to care that I'm here. That's odd. Okay, this could be interesting. I don't know if she's just being glitchy or what the deal is, but she does seem like she's pretty okay. Looks like that guy over there is a level 1, and this one's a level 16, both males, so it looks like this is the one I want to tame. So Doedicurus tend to be kind of rare to spawn. You don't see a lot of them running around the world, but they are much more common on mountains like this one, especially towards the base of the mountain where there's lots of... Ouch! Okay. Yeah, it looks like she's working now. Where there's lots of boulders and rocks at the base of a mountain, you find a lot more Doedicurus. So that's a good place to look if you're looking for them. Just check any of the mountains on the map. Now, she's finally chasing me. I thought she was glitched and was just not going to work or move. I don't know why, but I've had a couple of times when my Doedicurus just had some weird glitch and they just stopped working properly. I don't know, so I was worried she might be a defective Doedicurus, but looks like she's okay. I had one that just suddenly, every time he would attack a boulder, the boulder would smash, but there were no rocks generated. He never got anything in his inventory, and I did everything I could. There was just nothing unusual. He just couldn't get rocks. It was super weird, so... But it looks like she is finally close enough to the slope that we should be okay, and I can't tell if she's running away from me because of being low health, or if she's just being weird, because this seems like this is a really weird Doedicurus, but she's attacking me, so at least that's happening. As long as I can get her to attack me, she should be able to chase me right up this mountain where it's a lot safer, because I do not want her going down into the redwood forest. If she gets close to the base of the big redwood trees, a lot of times you'll see thylacoleos in the redwoods, and those things will just fly off of the trees for like about a block distance and knock you off your bird and just insta-kill you. So, I mean, they are just bad news. So I always try to stay away from the actual redwood forest. Now this should be high enough up the mountain slope that she'll be out of danger and I can start really focusing on trying to knock her out. Now Doedicurus are very slow. You can shoot one, punch it, whatever, and just kind of casually walk away from it. You may have to sprint a little bit, but they're pretty easy to stay away from. So if you use a hit and run tactic, they're not hard to stay away and keep yourself from getting killed. But if they actually hit you with that spiky tail of theirs, you are in trouble, so make sure you get enough distance between you whenever you're trying to knock one out. So I'm having a really hard time telling if this Doedicurus is trying to run away from me or kill me. She seems like she can't quite make up her mind, but I'm trying to keep her up towards the top of this mountain slope. Now, she's pretty high up the slope, and I think she's going to be pretty safe from all the predators around here in the redwoods. So I'm going to check on my Argent, just make sure he's not too close to waking up, because the last thing I want is for my Argent Avis to wake up, and then I have to do that tame all over again. Now, he's a real high level, so he's got a ton of torpidity. Yeah, he's only lost like 10%. And I've got a whole stack of biotoxin, so I'm not at all worried about him waking up. But I do want to get back to him as fast as I can and just make sure he doesn't wake up, because that would be tragic if I had to start that tame all over again. So now I'm going to craft some tranq arrows, and you can tranq out a Doedicurus much more effectively if you're using tranquilizer darts, but what I happen to have a lot of is tranq arrows with my crossbow. So I'm just going to keep shooting this thing, and looks like she's running away again. Maybe she might try to kill me again, but we'll see. So I'm going to try to actually position my Tapehara in her way so she can't actually run away, and that seems to be working pretty well. So if I can just keep tranking this thing and keep her being stuck where she's running up the mountain instead of down the mountain, we should be in good shape. And okay, there she goes. Now, when a Doedicurus gets down to about a third of its health, it rolls up into a ball like this. I hate it when that happens because they take hardly any torpidity damage. You see that's increasing by like 1 every couple seconds, and now it's going down just about as much. Now when this happens, you're better off just taking a break, let it recover its health, and let it come out of its little ball. It will do that after a bit. So Doedicurus can be quite hard to tame because of this little rolling into a ball thing, but sometimes they'll pop back out reasonably quickly, and sometimes they'll just be weird. She seems like she's still acting like she's in a ball, even though she's actually come out of her shell. So this particular girl seems to be a little bit glitchy, and I'm worried that she might be a defective Doedicurus, but we'll see. And, you know, may as well finish this tame since she's pretty close to knocking out. I'm really glad I've got this magnifying glass because it lets me actually see her health and torpidity, so I can figure out if this is even working right now. So yeah, I think I'll give her a little bit of a break. Even though she looks like she's out of the ball, it looks like she may actually be still technically curled up into a defensive posture, and it's probably going to be a little while before I can get any effective tranquilizing going on. So I'm just going to give that some space, and I'll be back in just a second. And we're back. So I did another quick trip up to check on my Argent Avis, who is still taming up quite nicely. And it looks like our Doedicurus is up and running around. She's got a bit more health again, and her torpidity is still pretty high, so she's still, you know, pretty close to passing out. Now, she is still running away, which means she's, you know, close to dying, close to passing out. But I'm giving it the full 10 seconds in between tranquilizers to make sure it gets the full effect and does the least amount of health damage. I'm also trying not to shoot it in the head, because if I do that, it'll take more health damage and curl up into a ball more quickly. Oh, thank goodness. Okay, so she was just curling back up into a ball when it finally finished the tranquilizing, and it is now unconscious. So now I gotta get some food because I forgot to bring any. I was so busy trying to save that from a T-Rex, which, I mean, you know, when something's getting attacked by a T-Rex, that is pretty pressing. Food comes later. So I can now grab some bushes, which there should be some bushes around here on this mountain. I don't want to go down into the redwoods or too close to any big trees, but I know this tree is okay. And there are a couple of Archaeopteryx running around the base of this redwood tree, so I'll come back and tame them pretty soon too. I think that will be the next episode, since I'm doing a quadruple tame while this Argent is taming up, so it should be pretty interesting. So I'm just collecting all of the bushes that I can find and trying to get all the berries. Mostly I'm hoping for mejo berries, because those give it a more effective taming than regular red, blue, or yellow berries. But I will make a run back to my raft fortress and pick up some potatoes and carrots and all that good stuff, because vegetables are much more effective at taming a Doedicurus. I may even have enough supplies to make some kibble for it down at the raft, so we'll see how that goes. And I'm getting back from my raft fortress. I just picked up a bunch of vegetables, and I had enough materials to make a couple of regular kibble. Now, I have the new Ark Homestead update on my PC, which is what I'm playing on. The Switch just does not have good enough graphics for recording YouTube videos, so I was able to make some regular kibble, which is the most effective way to tame a Doedicurus on PC, PS4, and Xbox One. But if you're still playing Ark on Nintendo Switch or Ark Mobile, you want to use Dilo egg kibbles. So a couple of Dilophosaurs will get you quite a few Dilophosaur eggs, and to make that kibble you need 1 Dilo egg, 1 citronal, 1 cooked meat jerky, 2 mejo berries, 3 fiber, and 1 water, all in your cooking pot. So if you need to know about kibbles, check the link in the description, and I have an entire guide on how to make and use kibbles with the new Ark Homestead update, so be sure to check that out. So I am now taming this Doedicurus while I wait for my Argent Avis to finish taming, but I'll get bored if I wait for this Doedicurus to tame, so we're going to make this a quadruple tame, and I'm going to try to tame a pair of Archaeopteryx at the same time, because why not, right? So I'll show you that in the next episode, but for now we'll be back in a second while this Doedicurus finishes taming. Okay, spoiler alert, it turns out the Archaeopteryx tame was a success, as you could probably see because I'm holding it right over my head, and the Argent Avis turned out really well too. So when I came down here, I found my Doedicurus had finished taming up while I was up on the top of the mountain with my Argent Avis, so I'm just picking it up and flying it to safety up at the top of the mountain. Now if my Argent was tame when this guy was still running around down at the bottom of the mountain, I could have easily picked it up with the Argent, carried it to the top of the mountain where it's a lot safer, and then knocked it out. But, you know, we just had to do what we had to do. So, there we go. We've got a Archaeopteryx Doedicurus. We've got our Tapehara that we used to tame our Argent Avis. And then I have another Archaeopteryx at the top of this mountain. So, this is a pretty successful little taming spree here. We tamed all 4 dinosaurs very effectively, and we didn't get a scratch of damage during that whole thing. So, I hope this was really helpful to show you the normal way to tame a Doedicurus, even though I mostly did it because I didn't want to be bored waiting for my Argent Avis. It will still be very helpful to have that Doedicurus on our team. So we're going to pack all of these guys up and head on down the mountain, and in the next episode I'll show you how I tamed those 2 Archaeopteryx at the same time while I was waiting for this Doedicurus to tame up. So be sure to watch that episode. If you subscribe to this channel and ring that bell for notifications, it will let you know when the next episode comes out, which is usually every couple of days. You also may want notifications enabled because I am hoping in the next couple of weeks to start doing some live streaming, and I'll probably do some cool Ragnarok tours and let you guys interact with me and chat with me while I'm doing that. So that should be a lot of fun. So spoiler alert again, there's a lot of fun stuff coming to this channel, so keep an eye out for that. Also be sure to check the description for a lot of helpful links to some of my other videos, and you can see how I tamed my first Doedicurus really easily. It will also show you where to find Doedicurus in Ark, and I'll have some videos showing all the really cool things a Doedicurus can do. So if you're just here to learn about Doedicurus, there's a lot more information on this channel, and there's a lot of good links in the description for you to check out. And if this video was helpful, please give us a thumbs up, drop a comment, let us know what you thought. I'd love to hear if you have a Doedicurus and if you use a Doedicurus, and if you have any good tips for taming a Doedicurus or some cool things you can do with a Doedicurus. I always love it when you guys comment, and a lot of you teach me really helpful things too. Or if you have any questions about anything in Ark really, drop a comment. I'd love to hear from you, and I love fielding your questions too. If you want to see more videos that I'm in, my wife and I play a lot of co-op video games together, and we have a new channel, the Console Co-op Couple, and we would love it if you would jump over there using the link in the description and subscribe to that channel too. We're trying to get it off the ground, and every subscription helps us a whole lot. And until next time, I hope your adventures on Ark are fun and exciting, and we will see you in the next video. Thanks so much for watching this video from the Ark Survival Guide. If you enjoyed it or found it helpful, please like this video and subscribe to our channel so we can bring you more great guides like this one. Ark is an amazing game, but there is so much to learn before you can really enjoy it. We are dedicated to bringing you high-quality guides, tutorials, and Let's Play videos that are fun, helpful, clean, and suitable for the entire family. There's a tutorial in this series for everything we have done so far in this video. Check out these playlists for more episodes from this series and other guides to help you enjoy your journey on Ark.